one more minute. So if you have like a cup of tea or some cacao, you can just like drink a bit and checking in. Yes. To warm the heart. And everyone can unmute themselves. That would be amazing. You. So I think I will start, and if people are coming in, then I can check them in. So welcome everyone tonight. The loving heart experience. And yeah, for me, the heart was quite present. Oh, another person coming in. And yeah, when things are moving in your life, then the heart and your body is always kind of giving you a guidance of like to listen to. But sometimes when we numb ourselves a lot, or when we are navigating a lot from our mind, then it is sometimes a bit hard to listen to that guidance. And when we don't listen to the guidance of the heart and the body, what is it telling us, then we might feel that separation of like, what is moving? I don't know. Is it now my mind? Is it my body? And by doing practice around the heart, by doing practice for the body, we start to acknowledge the emotions that are coming up. And when we start to acknowledge the emotions, then we start to open more. But when we start to open, we might feel kind of scared, because it's like, what is coming up? What kind of emotions are coming up? What do I feel in my body? Is it safe to feel? And most of the time when things are coming in and it's not feeling safe, we suppress that emotion. We suppress it. We don't want to feel it. And from a young age, we have learned to not listen to our feelings. So it was our teacher or parents. We needed to shut up, and we couldn't share our emotions or anger or happiness, like that vibration of a child that wants to express. And when we are for a long time in a kind of a freeze, because trauma was in our life or things in the external world that happened to us, we start to kind of make new ways to make it safe for ourselves. And it might feel now in your life, maybe you feel in your heart most of the time a lot of feelings like, whoa, it's like overwhelming me. I don't know what to do with it. But it can also feel that you so disconnected from the heart because of not checking in with it, because in society we didn't learn how to check in with our heart, and we navigate from the masculine and we are constantly in our minds, that we numb ourselves, that we are in freeze, that we numb. And then actually when we are numbing ourselves, when we're not feeling so much, then our whole physical body, the feminine body, is just closed. And when we feel very closed, then it is kind of in a way hard to open to the outer world, hard to open to our partner or future partner, hard to open to that expression of life, that liberation that wants to move through you, because we don't feel it. And tonight is all about, yeah, giving yourself permission to feel what is arising in your body, to just feel a sense of emotion. Emotion can be happiness, sadness, anger, like everything is welcome in the space. It can also be that your heart is quite numb and that you maybe in the integration time feel things coming up. Sometimes when we do practice, it's like new for the brain and it's like, oh, what is she actually doing? And then maybe after it's like, oh, yeah, now I sink into that feeling, or now I feel my heart more open. And most of the time, when we are not listening to the guidance of our heart or not feeling with it, then the feminine in a way, or now we're with all women, we start to be more closed, and we start to be maybe more in the testing, for example, to our partner or future partner, or we start to be very reactive to the outer world, or yeah, we are not feeling safe to being fully present in ourselves. But when the feminine starts to check in with her heart and checking in with her body and what kind of emotions wants to be felt, and speaking from an embodied place. And what I mean by that is like speaking of like, hey, I feel now this in my heart. I feel sad. I feel not super complete today because this and this is moving in my life, instead of like, you did this to me, you did it wrong to me, and it's not my fault. And then we're really closing off and we're pushing it away. We create that shell and we don't want to connect with our feelings. But when we start to connect and going in and connect with what is alive there, then we start to open to the outer world. We start to respond and we start to open to the masculine, the men in our life, or just people around us. It's like another layer of communication. And for me, it took me like a lot of years. Like, I'm also the student of life, I always say. And I am a breathwork facilitator and a somatic coach. And for me, it was first like a 5-year journey to even connect with my body and to connect with my heart. I'm very, used to also like a very masculine family, very masculine work and in the past. And I was like, yeah, I think this is my life and this is perfect. But it always felt like a 6 in life, you know? It was not like a full 10 and an expansion and really living my life and really taking the steps that I really wanted to do. And it take like effort. And in the beginning, it feels like chaos. The body is like, whoa, I feel actually this. Or am I going to kind of a kind of truth in my life that I never felt before? So can I actually listen to that whisperings that the soul is telling us, that the gut feeling, the knowing is telling us? And by coming to those kind of places, um, we can take kind of baby steps, small steps in that. And listening to the emotions and listening to the heart, to respond to the heart, gives you kind of permission to feel and how to navigate from that. Like, oh, today my heart is quite heavy. Is it then the person? Is it then work? Is it then not my day? What is happening in my body? Oh, today I feel very light and open. Like, what was that made me open? And can I listen to that? So today we do a practice around the heart. And I first will start with a meditation to sink in deeper into the body. And after that, we are doing a practice around the heart with a lot of breath work and movement. Somatic movement is the name. And when the heart is open, or when we feel like, yeah, our heart is open to kind of receive emotions, receive sensations, receive everything that is there, then we start to move with that sensation in our body. And maybe it sounds now like super weird for the mind, but I just want to ask you, come with an open mind. Maybe even it's your first time. You're like, where is she talking about? Just receive what is present. So maybe there are some movements around the heart in the body, maybe like some stuck energy for already a longer time, or just today was very kind of stuck in a way. And see if you can invite that with your breath and move with that with the body, and just breathe in, out, and let go. So with this practice, it's really important to invite actually breath sound and movement. But we start first with like the breath and the movement, and you're kind of all in your own space. So if you feel like to breathe out with a little sound, then we release a lot more of tension into our body. Then we release a lot more kind of the blockages and everything that is there. And when I talk about blockages and pain, for example, then we mostly store it in our hips and in our womb space or lower belly or sacral chakra. And there's the place where we store everything. That's like the place like where we feel stuck, and also when we feel not sexual open, for example, to our partner, or in the past with our partners. Then you close yourself off because you're not feeling safe, because you cannot open your heart to this person because you created that shell around your heart. So there are many reasons why women are closed, and there are many reasons also why men are closed. But today it is an invitation to break that walls from your heart and just feel if you can invite what is there. And yeah, I just want to ask you to, or just want to invite you to explore with me. And yeah, I will start the journey. So if you have like a yoga mat, you can sit on it on the pillow. And we start first with one hand on our heart, one hand in on our lower belly. And then I put some music on. So make yourself comfortable in this few seconds. I hope you hear me well with the first song. You can close your eyes. And I guide you with a meditation into the practice. Just want to check, is the sound okay? Is my voice okay? Yes? Yeah, okay, perfect. Nice, so close your eyes. Oh. Close your eyes, feel your heart. Okay. So the feminine is deeply connected to her heart. So when I do this meditation, you can do a count of 4 in and 4 out with your breath. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just start to connect with the breath first and start to take the words in that I wrote down here. So the feminine is she's deeply connected with her heart. But in today's world, we often protect. Is it safe to feel? Is it safe to open up? Do you allow yourself to feel yourself, your emotions, or have you learned to suppress them? The body remembers what's suppressed, and what we reject will grow stronger. So instead, we can gently invite our emotions and softening in the breaths. So take that deep in and out breaths. And when we feel numb or closed, we might feel reject and frustration. We may not know how to let ourselves feel everything. Sometimes our emotions are not flowing and we feel stuck and disconnected from that sensation. But the feminine longs for connection, sparks of sensations in her body, curiosity in her heart, and trust in how she wants to live her life. When she connects with her emotions, she feels her body and her heart fully, opening with the rhythms of life and nature. So take that in and out breaths, 4 in, 4 out. If we hold back or through frustrations builds, the feminine may feel stuck in old patterns and she feels like she needs to try. But deep down, she wants to surrender, feel deeply, and give love from an authentic place. Her desires are connecting with her body and her voice, how she wants to speak her voice in this life. Safety, to trust her inner masculine so that her feminine can flow. To awakening her sensuality and live fully. When she turns inwards and listens, she feels a deeper connection with herself and her power. With each breath you take in, you invite that divine power, that feminine power that's in all of us. And see if you, when you breathe in, that you can expand your kind of chest, that you can open your chest when you breathe in. And when you breathe out, I will repeat it a lot tonight, it's like relaxing your jaw, relaxing your shoulders, and relaxing your whole physical body. So do that a few more times, breathing in, opening your chest, breathing in. And when you breathe out, you open your mouth. And you see how more you open your mouth, how more you can surrender into your body. So for a 4 count in, breathing in through the nose, 4 out through the mouth. 4 in, expand your chest. And 4 out. So see now maybe what is already present now in this moment. Maybe there's already some sensation, some aliveness in your body, around your heart. And then if you have your journal here, you can write down 3 questions. And you can ask yourself, what is holding you back from living your truth? That's the first question. So what is holding you back from living your truth? And by truth, I mean there's something whispering in your life that is, yeah, not full like a there yet, but it's like there's like a longing to invite that more in your life. And then slowly the second question, to have them down on your paper. What have I not allowed myself to feel or express? What have I not allowed myself to feel and express? I put them also in the chat so you have some time to think about that, to feel in and to journal. Yeah. And then the third one is, what stories are keeping me small to grow and transform in this life? So the questions are in the chat. So you can write short down what it is for you, and maybe you can come back to it after the practice. And then I will start the practice today. So if you feel, you can put your camera off. So to go in your own space, you can have also your camera on, what feels comfortable for you. Because we start to focus really on kind of the breath and opening our body. So our first practice is breathing in, opening our chest. And when we breathe out, we make ourselves small and we hug ourselves. And we start to repeat that a few times. So that's the first practice. And by that practice, when we start to move it up and forward, we start to move also half circles from the front, like a half circle to the front and then a half circle to the back, to open and to release. And I just want to ask you to really invite your breath. So when we start to move without our breath, then we are still in our minds. And the breath gives like the opportunity to come directly into our body. So when we kind of do this, like, okay, I'm circling, I'm just doing something, then the mind is still confused, like, okay, what do I need to feel? What do I need to feel? Okay, we're in a heart journey, but what do I feel then? So the invitation is really to kind of open kind of your heart in a way of with your breath. So it's like moving in, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out, to really feel that breath moving in through your body. But because what we mostly forget in this life is to breathe. So we are a lot in our mind and we are a lot holding our breath. And that holding our breath is the stuckness that close our heart off. And that's the stuckness that we feel constantly in our life. And then we can do massage, then we can do whatever, what kind of something to resolve that for a short time. But it will always come back. So it's the short fix. But when we start to invite the breath in our life, then we start to find more strength in our body and to more life force energy. And life force energy is also our sexual energy. So when we start to invite the breath, you start to connect with life force energy. And with that life force energy, that's the way how we can move with the breath. And what I do in this practice is like I give you like a tool, like they say like an linear movement. A linear movement is always like a two, like the same as an asana. So I'm going in my downward dog. I am there now, right now. And from that downward dog, I can move my hips. So that's non-linear. So the masculine practice is more like, okay, now we're making circles. But the feminine is more like, okay, now I know how to make circles, but now I'm going to do it my way. Like, oh, now I make still that circle, but I jump in, I sink into my body with my breath. So it's still like this knowing where to go, but then from a place of softness. So it's not like a very linear, strict masculine practice. And then when I say move your hands, it's like opening and then the breath and then moving, breathing out and then make yourself small. So it's really this practice of opening and closing. And when we repeat that, then life force energy sensation starts to move in your body. If you not feel so much tonight and you're still in your mind, I can only repeat for yourself to invite the breath. It's always a 4 count in and 4 out. And if you want to feel more sensation in your body and more aliveness around your heart, I start to invite you to breathe from the mouth in and out. But if it is too intense from the mouth, so you can start with it and to feel what it does. If it is too much, then you start to breathe in and out through your nose again. And if you feel a bit like sensations in your body, you can just look in the space. You can kind of hug yourself and like, okay, I'm here. I'm still in my body. Observe the space. You still stay close to your breath, but you start to reconnect again with the nose breathing. So I will tonight invite you to go fully in. But I always say, have your own boundary. So if Cindy says like go with the breath through the mouth, go fully in it, then it's your decision if you want to go there. So keep that in mind that if you don't want to go so deep, or if you don't want to feel so much sensations, you can have that kind of rule for yourself, like this kind of permission. Do I want to go there or not? It's always a choice to go there, and you don't have to. It's not like a challenge, like we need to feel a lot today, we need to open whatever what. No, it's like the only thing that matters today is that you feel maybe something and maybe not, but that you was just present here tonight. That's already enough to listen to my voice and to be here. That's the only thing that matters. And if we're not forcing ourselves in specific things, then maybe something is coming up and maybe the next time. So don't force yourself, because forcing is really masculine driven. And if we start to breathe out and feeling that sense coming in of like, oh, what do I feel right now? Oh, oh, I feel my heart right now. Oh, I feel it's alive here. Oh, how can I breathe with it? I breathe with it. And then out again. Oh, no, now I feel that surrendering into my body. And now I feel that movement. So sometimes it's really hard to explain. It's also just to find out what works for you and if you like it. Because some people don't like me in the beginning. Like, what are you doing? I don't get it. I feel too much and I don't know what to do with it. And that's also fine, right? So it can be very frustrated if you feel nothing or you feel a lot and you don't know what to do with it. But if it's get too intense, just have one hand on your heart, one hand lower belly. And then you just watch the room and just take your breath to normal. So that's it for tonight. Okay, a lot of talk. I'm good at it. So make yourself comfortable. See if you want to have the camera on or off. Just feel what feels alive for you. What feels good. Yes. And yeah, this is a free practice, so I don't do questions, but you can always ask me after in the chat how it felt. And then I just want to give you an experience with the work, what I do, just a little thing. So just close your eyes. Let the song come into your body. Then you can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your lower belly. Yeah. The music is on. So take a couple of breaths. I'm just feeling for the group what I'm gonna say tonight. So 4 count in through the nose, 4 out through the mouth. Just invite yourself to relax your jaw here, to open your mouth when you breathe out, relaxing your throat, relaxing your neck. When you breathe in, you take up that space in life, you open your chest. When you breathe out, you let go and you sink in. Where's the tension in your body? Can you release that? See what is life here. See if you can work with the breaths. 4 in, 4 out. See if you can invite it more and more into the practice. So listen to the sound of my voice and to the sound of the music. And very slowly you can make some round circles in your heart space. So bring your awareness on your heart, and then you can choose your favorite color, what feels warm to you, what feels connected with you, and place that in your heart. Place your favorite color in your heart. For everyone different. Feel what feels aligned. And when you breathe in, you feel that color is expanding a bit more in your heart space. And it's connected with love. Connected with love. So maybe it's the first time you took a deep breath like this. So for 4, count in through the nose, 4 out through the mouth. See if you can make already some circles with your hips. So when you move in, move forward, you breathe in. And when you move through the back, a half circle through the back, you breathe out. Maybe your other hand on your lower belly. And how does it feel to touch your body? How does it feel to touch your body? Just feeling that presence, feeling that moment of your heart. And from there you can see already, if you feel, to open your mouth and to take a 4 count breath in through the mouth, out through the mouth. So it sounds like this. So making that circles with your hips, opening your mouth, and see if you can surrender in your breath when you take a deep breath out, when you can sink in deeper. So maybe there is still some stuckness and frustration, like, can I go there today? But see if you can invite your breath with it. See what is alive for you when you take that breath in. And very slowly, with a hand on your heart, you make very, very slow circles. And you stay present in your color, you stay present in your heart. And you create that circles. You create that circles there. Yeah, and moving. What is there? So see if you can also move your spine there. So see with these circles, breathing in, moving through the front, breathing out, moving through the back. And see if you can spine move for you. So we have this structure of the masculine with the circles. And then the feminine now can just see how she can move with nonlinear movements her body. So how is the body moving for you? Invite the breath. 4 in, 4 out. Oh, I always do a little sound when I breathe out, but just see what is comfortable here. So we have to repeat this a few times. The 4 in, 4 out, to come in the rhythm of your breaths, to come in your body, to come in that place of sensations. So just come to that place now. If you bring your awareness to your heart, what is alive in your heart? What do you feel right now? So does it feel light? Does it feel, yeah, kind of dark or heavy? Does it feel frustrated? Does it feel reactive? Does it feel numb? To see if you can just give love to that sensation in your body. You can give love to that sensation, what is present. Invite the breath with it. It's a very slow movement of opening. If the feminine is not moving slow, she's not opening her body. So invite that breath. Opening your mouth when you breathe out. Yeah. Feel that next sound coming in. So see if you can still make that round circles around your heart, but maybe you can make your circles a bit bigger. And see if you can expand your heart more when you breathe in. Breathe out and you let go of the stories, the limited beliefs, the things that you told yourself. What is holding you back from living your life? What is holding you back of living the guidance of your heart? What is kind of stuck right now? What do you want to transform? But maybe it feels so scary to transform that. You can always come back to the center of your heart. You can always come back there. So see with this movement if you can make the circles bigger, and maybe you can bring your hand on your whole chest to give your body some love. And if we don't feel so much right now, just stay with your breath. 4 in, 4 out. See if you can explore your breath and explore your body right now. If it's too much, you start to breathe through your nose in, through your mouth out. So see what is comfortable for you right now. What do you explore in this moment? Then we have our hand on our lower belly and we start to make also circles there and circles with our hips. And then the spine starts to move. And you're not moving because you need to make a circle. You start to move very slow. Like maybe you want to stay here and breathe with. And then when you breathe out, you want to make another shape. So breathe in and open. Breathe out, relaxed. And it's not about doing it perfect. Just these in and out breaths and movements. Movements with the hips, movements with the circles. And see now with these two hands here on your heart and your lower belly, if you can explore the area on your lower belly and your heart center. 4 in, 4 out breaths. And see if you can explore your body. While you're still in your mind, start to listen to my voice. Follow the music, follow your hands on your skin. And then I want to invite you to really open your mouth when you breathe out. Really opening your mouth. from that place, we open now our hands when you're ready. So you open and you breathe in. And when you breathe out, you give yourself a hug. Make yourself small. When you breathe in, you open. You stay here for a bit longer. And then you close. See if you can you give yourself permission to feel and to open your heart. Do you feel like a sense of opening, or is it still feel scary and you want to protect your heart? And see with this movement if you can open and stay there for a bit. And then coming back and give yourself a hug. Open yourself. And give yourself a hug. Open, bring your whole chest, your whole body in. Surrender. And then you breathe out and you let go of the controlling part. Start to invite the breath a bit less. Pour in, pour out. Breathe in, you breathe through your mouth in. You breathe out, you open your mouth. Breathe in. Breathe out, open. Breathe in. And out. Feel what is alive for you there. Maybe this is new for the mind, maybe it's new for the body, but see if you can invite yourself to move with this practice, to open your heart, to feel that liberation of your breath. To see if you can invite the breath now a bit deeper, a bit longer. See if you want to breathe through your mouth and out through your mouth. And then we do 3 more times. We're breathing in and we hug ourselves. We breathe in and then we hug ourselves. And then we breathe in and then we hug ourselves. And then slowly from that place, we stay now close to our heart. So maybe you want to place one hand on your heart, one hand lower belly. And then you take a breath in and then you hold the breath for 5. So you breathe in, hold the breath. And then you release. You breathe in, hold for 6. And then you release and opening your mouth. Breathe in, expand. Hold the breath for 7. And then you release, open your mouth. Breathe in, expand and expand. Hold the breath for 8. And then you release. One more time, open up, breathe in. Hold the breath for 9. And then you release. Feeling your body, you're sinking now deeper into your body. And then again, we bring our hands on our heart, making that circles with 2 hands now. And we guide our hands over our chest and see if you can move with your hands. See if you can make your movement in this. See if you can flow in this. By doing that, you can invite one hand on your throat and also the other hand on your throat. Bring yourself closer to your truth in life. So when we start to feel our heart center, it's so important to feel our throat and speaking from that place. So very soft, so very slow. We move our fingertips on our throat. And how slower you move your fingertips on your throat, how more you feel. So invite that breath still. 4 in, 4 out. Maybe in through the nose, out through the mouth here. Yeah. You can explore your body. So see with 2 hands touching your face, very slowly touching your face, and see if you can receive with an open heart. So when we start to open our heart, we start to open that life force energy in our body. So how is that life force energy? And your life force is that breath, that in and out breath that activate the life force energy. So start to breathe in and out. 4 in, 4 out. Start to touch your face, even your hair, your scalp, and breathe with it. 4 in through the nose, 4 out through the mouth. See if you can invite your skin, your throat, and stay there. So the throat, the skin. And even when you're still a bit in your mind, start to massage your head, start to massage your scalp, and see how you can give also that pleasure to yourself from an open heart. Feel that you can surrender into the softness of your feminine, that you can let go of controlling in the masculine, but you can give yourself permission to feel that sensation in your body. And invite the breath. 4 in through the nose, 4 out through the mouth. See how you want to touch yourself with your hands. Maybe your throat is good, maybe your head feels good, maybe your scalp, maybe your ears. How does it feel to touch your ears? And stay with the breath. Maybe stay even with the movements of your hips. Circle with your hips. Breathing in, moving forward, breathing out, moving back. And see if you can invite that. And then very slowly, we move ourselves now to a cat and cow. So we opening still with the breath. And then you move yourself on hands and knees. And you start to open in and out. So when you breathe in, you open, you breathe in. And when you breathe out, you're moving to your cat. So see if you can do some cat and cows here. And when you open your mouth, that you really can open your mouth and releasing some blockages, and see if you can make some spinal movements here from your cat and cows. So when you breathe in, you open up to your cow. And when you breathe out, you move into your cat. So breathing in and out. And now here you can see if you can invite mouth breathing again. So 4 in through the mouth, 4 out through the mouth. And see what is alive there for you. See if you can invite just that breath. So simple is it. It's just a practice. It's just a tool to open your body. This is just a tool to open your body. To see if you can give yourself permission to invite the breath deeper, to invite the movement deeper, to feel that sensations in your body. And even when you feel not so much, still stay in your breath. Even if you feel a lot, see how you can move in the way how you want to feel your body. And if you give yourself permission to use your voice, it's okay to release from the voice. So opening your mouth. Maybe even opening your tongue, right? So take your tongue out when you breathe out. Breathing in, open your chest. Breathing out, let go. And see with this cat and cow if you can move then also your circles a bit. So you have this framework of the linear movement of cat and cow. And maybe you want to add some like rounding your hips, like making circles with your hips. And see how your spine wants to explore here. And maybe it's super new for the body and it feels super weird, but see if you can stay with your breaths and stay with your heart. So bring your awareness to your heart. Bring your awareness to that color and breathe with your heart in and out. Breathe with your heart. See what is there for you. Yeah. And then very slowly after this practice, we move into a laying down position. So you can lay down on your yoga mat slowly when you're ready. And then you're bending your knees on the yoga mat. So see if you can make yourself comfortable. Just laying down. And then you can, if you want, put both hands on your lower belly. And then we start and say maybe one hand on your heart, connecting with your center after these sensations. A little practice to open yourself and give yourself permission to feel with the breath, with the movements, that the heart is getting so happy to move from that way. Move from that way, letting go of the shells around your heart. See if you can open yourself after this session in a way of opening and speaking from your heart. So when someone talks to you, check first in with your heart. What do you want to say to this person? How do you want to respond to him or her? And feel in every moment with your heart, with the sensations, what is happening. Do this practice at home to remember, because we live in a very masculine world where we only have learned to navigate from the mind. And the practice is only, we can only invite the feminine if we do our practice. If we invite the breath, if we invite the sound, if we invite the movements in this chaos world. It's the practice to open and stay in tune with our body and to stay in tune with our heart. So by breathing now, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Connecting with your center. And what is alive in this present moment? What is that one word, what you feel right now in your body? So maybe it's calmness, maybe it's sadness, it's joy. What is the word that is connected to your body right now? And see if you can stay with that and feel that and breathe with that word. Feel that in your body, what is alive. And can we find that curiosity to move with that? And even if things get hard and difficult in your life, see if you can breathe with that resistance in life. See if you can give yourself permission to feel and open that and share it around with your close people. You never have to do it alone. That we're here to support each other. That we're here to open our hearts and to feel just that deeper connection. And when we opening with our hearts, we start to connect more with our body, more with the rhythms of nature, more with that present moment. What do you really like in life? Where is your heart looking for? Can I listen to that whisperings of my heart? What is that deeper knowing telling me? What is she wanting? Does she want in this life? And every day it's like a small step to listen to that. It's a small step to listen your deeper knowing. The thing you want to do in life. Feeling that fire in your heart. Feeling sensual. Feeling that life force. Feeling that opening, even when it's hard, even when there is sadness and anger and everything. Can I still open then? Can I still feel myself then? Not being reactive to the outer world. Just stay in your present. What is alive in you? So feeling that your warm hands on your heart and your lower belly. Maybe you're still making that circle, so you're just breathing with your body, in and out breaths. Feeling that rhythm of your breath. Feeling that in breath, taking that space, and feeling that out breath, letting go. So when we breathe out now, you let go of that story, that limited belief. Let go of it when you breathe out. And when you breathe in, you take up that space in life. And what do you invite in your life? What do you invite in life? Maybe it's love. Maybe it's the sensual feminine. Maybe you just want to invite more anger in your life or joy. What do you invite? And then slowly, when you're ready, take all the time you need. You can close, if you can open your eyes. You can open your eyes, look into space. Just sense yourself in the space, coming back to earth, coming back to presence. And then you can roll yourself to your left side. Make yourself small. Maybe you give a hug to yourself. Yeah. Make yourself small. Maybe you're touching your arms, touching your body. And welcome your body like, hey, it's okay to be here. It's okay to feel my emotions. It's okay to feel. And then slowly, when you're ready, you can sit up. And maybe you want to write down something in your journal. Take your time. Take your time to come back in the space. And you can just write down what it did for you. What your experience was. What was it, what you felt? What was alive in that moment? Maybe it was a lot, maybe it was not so much. Just feel. Maybe some thoughts. Sometimes when we do practice, then things can come up. Little aha moments, maybe. Yeah. Slowly, and just move the music. Yeah, and if you wrote something down, there is a little moment to share in the chat what you felt, or you have a question for me. The Zoom call is recorded, so make sure if you are coming online that you're in the Zoom call. So you cannot share in the chat. If you feel to just sleep and just take your time, then that's also super fine. But if you felt like things coming up or things that resist in your life or that feels maybe present in your life you want to share, yeah, there's a little moment to open the space and share your experience. Ah. Hmm. Yeah. Maybe we need to come a bit back all. Yeah, so yeah, maybe you can have the questions in mind and just have a warm cup of tea and just feel how it was for you. It was just a little, yeah, sharing in a small hour what I do in my work. And I give mostly retreats where we do deeper practice for a longer time and yeah, and different stuff to, yeah, to connect more with our feminine and to connect more with our boundaries and to connect more with what is alive. And yeah, I felt like coming back into my body and feeling after a long time, inviting feelings, and I finally feel some calmness. But it has also felt very difficult to get there. Yeah, it's so hard to get there. Most of the times we are so um it is so new for the body because it's, you know, it's like um we're so navigated from the mind that we don't have like time to feel. And in a way, when emotions are coming up in a busy life, then it's like an overwhelm and we don't know what to do with it. So it felt, yeah, that it feels difficult. It is really um that is then what is now present also in the body, like that it's difficult, and then we can just maybe feel um, what is difficult then in that moment, what is coming up. So maybe it's difficult because you feel numb, maybe it's difficult because you feel a lot of sadness, like an overwhelm. Yeah, feel overwhelmed. Yeah. So when we start to feel, it feels overwhelmed, and it is just an invitation to kind of, if you look to polarity, it's like the feminine is the, she explores everything, she experienced everything, and the masculine is the observer. So when we start to be in the feminine, then we that takes it over, and then kind of we lose kind of in a way the masculine and the structure, and that we're not used to that. So it's constantly kind of in a way with the feminine and the masculine, it's like when we open our hearts and when we start to kind of in a way yeah, when we open our heart and we start to explore the feminine, that we can have that glimpse of how it feels to welcome that. And then when it's like coming to, if it's too much, then we can come back to our heart and we bring our breath to normal and we can observe that. So it's not like it's constantly like a feeling of like, okay, now I want to go in and now I feel a lot. And then it's just a question, can I be with it? Because most of the time it's like, oh, I feel something. I just want to push it away because I am not acknowledging it. It's not safe. But when we do practice more, then we get familiar with the practice. Then we get familiar with like, oh, this is this again coming up and I recognize it and I feel it. I'm just doing some other reads. I felt some deep acceptance for myself, and I was able to let go of some self judgment and not be in my head as much. Really feel my body and the love in my heart. Oh, thank you so much, Inora. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I felt some deep acceptance for myself. That's so beautiful. And that's just so, that's just like that, this hand on the heart, right? To feel like acceptance of like my emotions can be here. I can just be here. I can feel everything what is alive. So I just want to ask you, maybe you want to journal about it, or you just want to have a tea and just let it sink in. And yeah, thank you so much for being here tonight. And yeah, let it all sink in, journal about it. If you have questions, you can always text me. And yeah, I give the retreats, one-on-one work, and sometimes some free practice. So you're super welcome to yeah, to join always.